Coach K is going extremely viral right now for the flowers that he gave Caitlin Clark on this interview here.
Praise from some people means more than it does from others. And I think when it comes to basketball, Coach K certainly falls into that category. Obviously, Mike Krzyzewski, legendary Duke coach, also was the coach of Team USA, the United States basketball.
The basketball community was taken aback when the well-known Duke coach, who has 5 championships and 42 years of experience, publicly criticized Caitlin Clark and the WNBA.
Here's praise for Caitlin Clark, really. Talking about, not making the Olympic team for her, talking about her game in general, her WNBA season in general, and then some of the attributes that he admires.
While enjoying his retirement, Coach K was unable to remain silent about the forces working against the game's top player. His comments at the Richmond Forum provoked a contentious basketball debate. It's a straightforward question. What would make a Hall of Fame coach feel compelled to stand up for a rookie? Your perspective on the entire dispute may change as a result of the response.
You're going to be one of the leaders to help millions of young girls realize their dreams, not just in sport, but you can too. Does not just mean sport. You can too means in everything. And what I told my wife yesterday about talking to a great player that I would enjoy it, I have to confess I was wrong. It was fabulous talking to a great player. You made my day. You know what? You are so real. I would have loved to have coached you. And you're not afraid. You're not afraid. And God bless you. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll be pulling for you the whole season. Stay healthy and stay real.
Let's look back for a moment. Objectively speaking, Caitlin Clark not only had a successful rookie season in the WNBA, but she also redefined what a rookie could accomplish. This is why her supporters cling to positive comments from renowned basketball minds like Coach K, and why the criticism of Caitlin Clark in the media, player, and fan reactions is so infuriating. Her figures are undeniable. With 19.2 points and 8.4 assists per game, she immediately established herself as one of the league's most formidable offensive weapons. But her impact extends beyond the numbers. The Indiana Fever were a team that struggled with media attention and hardly made a difference in ticket sales before Caitlin joined the squad. However, everything was completely upside down when she got there. She was by far the biggest jerk, and the venues set new TV viewership records.
Yeah, well, she's terrific. I have a Sirius XM show that I had for 20 years, and when she was a senior at Iowa, I had her on my show. And it's radio, a podcast.
And to put that into perspective, some of her games drew larger audiences than can currently televised NBA games. That's absurd. The WNBA was altered just by her appearance. Not only did she draw in new supporters, but she also helped the league gain popularity everywhere Caitlin travels. She repeatedly silenced her critics, despite their doubts about her ability to bear the scrutiny. Everyone believed she would take the $1 million that Unrivaled offered her to play in their new league, work for a few months, and receive an easy paycheck with no conditions. She declined it, though, since she prefers to think long-term rather than chase a fleeting bag. She made the decision to take a break, concentrate, and remain committed to the WNBA, where she will advance the sport for everyone, not just herself. You can learn everything there is to know about Caitlin Clark from that choice.
And she'll make everybody better. And what I was amazed with at how she's handled all the defenses, and then when she got into the WNBA, some of the negativity that was out there, or jealousies. And I think she's just been remarkable. Just remarkable. She's a really good basketball player.
Yeah, absolutely. Future forum guest. We'll pass that on to her.
I'll tell you what, on my show,
she is quite calm and professional, especially considering that she has been the target of unwarranted criticism from the beginning. The idea that she could live up to the anticipation was ridiculed by the media before she even made an appearance on a WNBA court, and the detractors had their thoughts set in stone. Fans reacted enthusiastically once she took the initiative. You would assume that everyone would celebrate when she was named the year's top athlete. On paper, though, her debut season wasn't simply unprecedented. Lastly, is the WNBA divided? The occasion was cultural. Headlines were dominated by her name. Her performance set attendance records, and the WNBA abruptly gained popularity among sports fans. Instead, the narrative shifted, and several former players, media pundits, and insiders started attacking her out of the blue rather than recognizing her successes. Personal claims that she was getting preferential treatment because of her race appeared, and the hatred was directed at the person being ignored rather than what she did. But first, let's examine her accomplishments. She managed to propel one of the poorest clubs in the league to the postseason. She established records. Over the course of the season, she improved steadily. She was named the year's rookie, and she supported other players in the face of hatred throughout it all. Since there are so many exceptional players, teams, and wonderful stories that can be published and celebrated, the best thing we can do is to continue promoting this league in a very positive manner. This, in my opinion, is what first drew me to this league. Were the attacks on these people warranted, or were they merely trivial? Because this is the problem. It hasn't ceased. Every time she's on the court, the argument rekindles the analysis of every pass, shot, and foul. Some claim that's simply the price of being famous. Indeed, all outstanding players receive criticism to some degree. However, something is different in this case. This seems intimate. It goes beyond basketball. It concerns what she stands for. Not everyone is simply rejecting Caitlin. The player they are rejecting is Clark. Caitlin Clark is a remarkable individual. Coach K enters the picture at this point. Having coached some of the best basketball players in history, he has 5 national titles under his belt and 42 years of coaching expertise. He is aware of what excellence looks like. Additionally, he did more than merely recognize Caitlin Clark's talent. He gave her such high praise that the detractors ought to stop talking. She was excellent, and since she is so good at what she does, building on her would be simple. She has an excellent sense of the game and is a fantastic passer. Consider that. A coach who has worked with some of the best players of the last 20 years, including Zion Williamson, RJ Barrett, Jason Tatum, and others, is not discussing Caitlin's shooting. Her deep threes and scoring prowess don't excite him. He is preoccupied with her depth. Great players improve their teammates rather than just putting up numbers. And that's precisely what Caitlin Clark does. However, he did more than just compliment her abilities. Additionally, I was astounded by her handling of every defense. And then some of the jealousy or animosity that was out there when she joined the WNBA. Additionally, jealousy is the basis of a lot of hate and the magic word. The athletes who never received sneaker deals, the veterans who worked for years in empty arenas, and Caitlin Clark all bring large crowds. Nationwide advertisements or media coverage. Although Caitlin garners media attention, power is at play. Who is given credit, and who determines the WNBA's future, not her gait or even her demeanor. You have to think about Caitlin Clark's influence if you want to understand why the WNBA has been so hostile toward her. There is more to Caitlin Clark's ascent than merely setting records and winning awards for herself. The goal is to fundamentally alter the WNBA's cultural and economic development. To start, the WNBA recently inked its biggest TV contract ever, for $2.2 billion spread over 11 years or $200 million a year, an increase of $140 million over the existing agreement. The league's largest event in decades is this one. Players in the WNBA have fought for more funding, better resources, and higher pay. And now they're getting it at last. And that's only the start. Sponsorship, higher retail sales revenue, record-breaking attendance each night, and soaring ticket sales every time Caitlin hits the court, all of which contribute to the Indiana Fever's overall financial success. The most startling figure of all is that Caitlin Clark is responsible for about 27% of the NBA's overall revenue. Go over that again. Over 25% of the league's economic movement is controlled by a rookie player. This is revolutionary. An NBA-level attendance of over 17,000 people per game